everybody, it is Kelly Boyce from Loch Briar Knits, and this is the Loch Briar Knits podcast, vlogcast. I'm trying to get used to saying vlogcast because it's not actually a podcast, it's a vlogcast. So it is January 16th, 2021, and it is episode 89 or 90. I'm not sure exactly because I forgot to check again. Why do we expect anything different, really? Like, do I honestly ever remember to check? I don't. I think maybe the entire time I've been doing this, I have remembered 3 times. Probably early on, I was a little more diligent. I've got it's kind of gray outside, so I got the studio lights going full blast. Anyway, my mother called with a knitting emergency. Every now and then, I taught her how to do magic loop for socks. And every now and then, if she hasn't done it for a while, when she goes to start, something always goes wrong, but she can't figure out what it is. So I got an emergency call saying, I'm doing something wrong. I think I'm going backwards or inside out. So after I finish podcasting this, I have to go address the knitting emergency. What I'm drinking today, this is a knitting podcast, by the way, and welcome back to all the returning viewers. And we have a bunch of new viewers, so welcome everybody. I love new viewers, and I love when the new viewers are returning viewers. Check this out. It's hot. I've got hot tea in here, so it's a little warm. This beautiful mug, it's a handleless mug, which I love because I love to cradle my mugs. But I always have to wait for the tea to cool down just a smidge so I don't burn my hands. But actually, here, I'll do it this way. My stepson likes to tell me that these are not mugs that I have, they're vases. He knows nothing. So this is from a local potter, and every time I go to say it, my dyslexia runs rampant. It's Water Dragon Pottery, but every time I go to say it, I kind of flip things and it becomes Wagon Daughter Pottery. But it is Water Dragon Pottery. I have 3 of her mugs, I think. And this is the one my husband got me for Christmas. And I love her stuff. Oh, love her pottery. Speaking of pottery, I also ordered a new mug from my little shop on Etsy. She's the one that had my again, handleless mug with the tree kind of etched into it. It's beautiful. And the one I have coming now has it has a handle. My stepson will be so pleased. But it's got this little tiny heart on it. It's beautiful. So today I'm branching out. I'm having wild sweet orange from Tazo because I felt like something a little spicy and sweet. So also it's a little cold in this room today. So the lights and the sweater should help. What am I wearing? I'm wearing my, if I can stand up, my super simple summer sweater from Hopi Locatelli. I knit 3 of these. This was my first one, and it's still my favorite. I knit a second one because I thought I had done this one too short. I don't know if I can, I can't go back any further. But this one comes kind of right to my belt, kind of right where my hip bone is. And so I don't know why I thought that was too short. One of those days where you're just I feel bloated and I just want to cover everything up. And I just realized I didn't turn my fairy lights on, so I'm going to do that now. Somehow. And you'll notice my socks from last week, I don't know if you can see them, are still here. As I completely forgot to take them upstairs afterwards. There. I'll probably give me a good shot of my ass. So, I I don't actually have a lot to show you today because the last 2 weeks at work were the first 2 weeks back from after being off for 2 weeks and a bit. And it was just insane. So I would get home and I would be so exhausted and brain fried that I was I couldn't concentrate on anything that required a pattern. So I was doing a lot of easy knits. So we have some easy knits to show you. One thing I did do, and I find that this is something I reach for a lot when I'm just kind of brain fried. And we're jumping right into whips, I guess. I try to have some sort of structure to the podcast, but I find the more I do it, the more it's just kind of a little loosey-goosey, and we're just going to go with what we got. We're just going to go in whatever direction it takes us. So I did work on my Habitation throw. So I'm coming down the back side. I did make it larger than the pattern called for. And I'm a little twisted. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. Don't fall off. Good. Okay, so. So this behemoth is, can we see it? I can sort of see it through here. Let's see if I can go from, hold on, let's do it. Are we near the bottom? Here we go. Okay, so we're kind of going down. You can kind of see I started off doing like thicker stripes, and then as I started going, the stripes would get a little thinner. Like I mixed it up a little more. So like you can see right here, it's just like a little thin stripe, or 2 little thin stripes, and then it goes into this one, and then another thin stripe and thin stripe. So, but I am on the decrease side of it. So here's like the corner. So I am kind of getting near the end, and I do think I'm going to gift this. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but I have an idea of what I want to do for my own, which I came up with the other day. I want, you know what, 2 years after I started this, what I want to do is to start knitting more with my own yarns. For any new viewers, I'm the hand dyer between. I'm the hand dyer that can't speak properly. I'm the hand dyer. I don't even know where between came in there. For Loch Briar Knits. How did I get between in there? That word doesn't even make sense in the sentence. I don't know what I was going for. Anyway. I am the hand dyer of Loch Briar Knits. So I do small batches, so I usually don't like to pull from the batches if I can put them in the shop. But I have decided I'm going to start when I'm doing some dyes up. When I'm doing my dyeing is I am going to make maybe an extra skein or sweaters quantity for myself and start knitting more in my own yarns, which means I'm going to have some leftover yarns. Now I've done socks in my own yarn, although not as much as I should, really. I really should. Because then, like when you dye the yarn, you can see it in the hank, but unless you knit with it, you really don't get the full experience of what it's going to look like until you see what somebody else has made with it, which I love, by the way. So if any of you have ever bought any of my yarns and you've knit with it already, I would love, love, love to see how it knitted up. So send me a picture on Instagram, which, by the way, all my social media links will be down below. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start collecting all of my leftover yarns from my own yarns, and I'm going to make my own Habitation throw out of them. And I'm going to do what I did with this one, is I'm going to make it a larger one, because I do want it to be like a lap, kind of almost like a lap blanket size, which I'm not sure the Habitation throw how big it was supposed to be because it's been a while since I started the pattern. Oh, I do have things here. Let's see how long it's supposed to be. By the way, my new phone came in, and I gotta say the picture on this is really sharp. That's impressive. So this is gonna be my first time actually recording on it, so we'll see how that goes. Finish size. 40-inch square or 102 centimeters. I don't know how long 40 inches is. Well, okay, I'm 5'2", so that would be 62 inches. So if it was like maybe to here on me, so no, this might be, let's see. I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do it. It doesn't matter because it's going to be as big as it is. and then we'll be done. I don't know if I'm going to put any edging on this or not. I don't think I am. I like the way it looks. And Helen Stewart's pattern by Helen Stewart, by the way, it was for Knit Event 2018 or 2019? I think 2018. Anyway, she has it so that you get like a nice little edge on it. So I don't really feel like it needs anything else. So right now I'm actually using one of the hemp yarns. It's like I think it was hemp and something mixed. It's actually a little more of a DK weight, but I used this to make my bankhead hat, which was striped kind of with this color and kind of a, well, not quite that dark of a gray. So it's actually a bit of a thicker yarn than, because the Habitation throw takes fingering weight. I mean, you could probably do it really in whatever weight you wanted, but I think it was kind of meant for a mini skein. I'm trying to figure out where this yarn stops. There it is. Kind of to use up your mini skeins, and most of those are like fingering weight. So, but I just had a little bit left over, so I don't even think it's really going to be that noticeable. You're going to hear the dog barking because we're having a package delivered. There we go. And then you're going to hear my husband come down and probably yell at the dog for barking. I'm not home alone today. So my husband's upstairs. I'm in the bottom floor of the basement, and then he's in the so it's bottom floor, main floor, up floor. So that was kind of getting a lot of love. The other thing that I have been working on is out of my own yarn. So I had I think 2 batches ago, I had a skein of my Woodsy colorway that was not, some of the brown wasn't quite as saturated as it normally is. And so I pulled this one out. It's kind of looking more like a gown now. But this is what this skein looks like. So usually it's got the brown, light brown in it, but usually there's a few more splotches of the darker brown. I don't know if this shows up, but this is sort of kind of the mid brown. And then there's usually a little more dark brown in it. So it just wasn't quite, it's got dog hair on it. Didn't quite have as much of the like sprinkles of the dark brown that I wanted it to have. Although, it knit up so beautifully. And it still looks like it's got like the dark brown in it. So I thought, oh, I was wrong. Hang on, and I will see if I can grab. I don't even remember where I put my, oh, they're there. Sock blockers. Where's my small foot one? Because I have puny feet. So one thing I started doing with this, there we go. That'll show it off a little better. As you can see, I have small feet. I have really small feet. But dog hair. For anybody who didn't watch the Vlogmas or is new, we have a 1-year-old golden retriever. Prior to that, we had another golden retriever, Cedar, who you'll see in the opening credits, along with the latest edition. Cedar, we had to put down 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago. Year and a half ago, maybe. I miss him. Oh my God, he was such an awesome dog. Scout is the new one. She's a handful. And she sheds, like most golden retrievers. Anyway, back to the sock. This is what it looks like. I don't know how well this autofocus is, by the way. So, I don't have my glasses on to tell. But you'll kind of see it definitely does have the darker brown and the lighter brown going through it, along with the pops of green. So there's going to be some more of Woodsy coming in the shop this month. I'm doing a shop update around the end of the month. I'm doing this time around a couple of the main colorways, but I'm also trying out some new ones just to see how they sell. I just wanted to try out some new colorways and just see how they were received, and then based on that, whether or not it's worth putting them in general rotation. So Woodsy is going to be in the shop update at the end of the month. That's already died up, but I got to tell you, oh my God, this is going to be one of my favorite colorways. It's usually sells really well, and I love it. I'm very much an earth tone girl. So anything that's got like colors of the forest or anything like autumn colors or anything like that, that is completely my jam. So I love it. So I got the first one done, and I am zipping along on the second one. I did muck up. Did I mention it was a stressful week? On my cuff right there, I noticed that I sort of did a purl stitch when I should have done a knit stitch on two little things. So I must have been off count and then somehow self-corrected. So, but that's almost to the point. I've got about another inch to go before I turn for the heel. And I always do the heel flap and gusset with the partridge, like you can see that there, heel. So yeah, so that's my hoe. That's my hoe for the day. And that is kind of been mostly what I've been knitting on, but I did cast on. I did cast on the Big Love sweater from, Anka Strip. Yes. I'm trying to get this back in the bag. So this was kept in my bag from The Loop, which is my local yarn store. I love these sock bags. They are perfect. They're my favorite sock bags. La 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 la. I say that, and then I use my Alex Collins ones, and I say they're my favorite, and then I use my Jenna Rose one, and I say they're my favorites. Jenna Rose, The Loop, Alex Collins. Those are my bags. Those are my jam. My bag jam. That makes no sense. Anyway. Another Loop bag. I have a couple of little pins on that. I collected a couple of pins, and then I realized I'm not a pin girl. I mean, they're cute and everything, but I don't really care if my bag has pins on it or not. So I stopped doing that. So any any of you returning viewers that have been here for a bit, you know that I have already started this project and then I made a mistake and I had to rip it out. So a lovely viewer, Rita, thank you, Rita, mentioned to me that on the pattern page for this, there's a link that you can click to if you've had any issues or if you're having any issues. So I went in there and I found a few people that actually were having the same issue I did, which was when you're doing the short row shaping, I finished one side and I still had a lot left on the other side. And you should have been, I think, finishing them at the same time. So as it turns out, I had the stitch marker in the wrong place. So I printed off the correction, like when the person who had said they had that problem, when they were showing them the correction, I printed that off so I have it with me, and I marked where in the pattern it happened so that when I get there, I know I have to pay like strict attention. So I'm knitting this in, oops. I haven't really gotten much done, so. But I'm knitting this in my Cascade 200 Heather yarn. I wonder if I've got it all balled up, but let me see if I have. Oh, I think I do. Yes. So, Cascade 220 Heather, and this is in the Ireland colorway. I think it just has, this is recording my glasses. All right. This is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. This is the same type of yarn that I made my Anka Strict Juice 2 sweater out of, which I think is what I had on last episode, I think. So this is the, I think it's called Ireland Heatherway, and it is, have I shown you the color yet? I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful color. It's a beautiful color. So you do I want to say a provisional cast on is what it's called. So this is my cast on edge. And then this is the active edge, which I just finished. So I think now I've got to put this on hold with some scrap yarn and go back and start knitting this part over this way. So, which I'm happy about because then I get to use my Licka needles, which I love. So they have a really good tutorial link to do the provisional, how to do the provisional cast on with just 2 needles. And it's so simple. I think otherwise that's the one where you have to use the crochet hook, I think, which me and crochet, not friends. Not friends. Where did I put the pattern? I am so disorganized today. I know this is going to come as a huge shock, isn't it? You know, in my regular everyday life, I'm extremely organized. And then I get down here and it just goes to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, I think I dropped my... Oh no! I dropped it somewhere. Anyway, oh, no I didn't. Here it is. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And I actually am going to I am making the... I was kind of going between the small and the medium one. But then I decided I really wanted it to be like cozy. And so I wanted to size it up just a little because for the amount of positive ease range that they give you, I could have done either, but I think I'd rather have a little more positive ease with this sweater than less because I just wanted to be able to kind of like wrap it around me. So I did the medium one because the sizes are... I'm going to got hair in my face. Sizes are extra small, small, medium 1, medium 2, large, extra large, and extra, extra large. So it goes up to, it says to use about 26 to 36 centimeters or 10.25 to 14.25 inches of positive ease at the bust. And the one on here is like the medium 2. And it goes up to finished bust circumference goes up to 61.75 inches or 157 centimeters. So, and I think the pattern, I want to say it might have been Brooklyn Tweed that maybe was it Brooklyn Tweed that was the suggested yarn? Oh no, it was Let Lopey. I've never tried Let Lopey. I'm not sure I kind of want to, but then I don't. Because I don't want to try it. I think that might be a little too scratchy for me. I can be somewhat sensitive, but I find I'm not as sensitive to scratchy yarns as I used to be. And I wasn't sure if the Cascade would be too scratchy for me, but it's not. Like my Juice 2 sweater is so soft. It's so soft. So I am planning on getting some time put in on this. So that's kind of my plan this weekend between vlog casting and we're doing, my birthday's on Monday, so I took the day off work so I can have next on weekend. And I always do that. I take my I always take my birthday day off from work. But and if it falls in the weekend, I'll take like the Monday or the Friday. Usually the Monday. I like having Mondays off because Monday work days are usually crap. And you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I have 5 days to go before the weekend again. You take the Monday off and you cut it down to 4. So, although I suppose technically if you were taking the Friday off, you'd have Monday and you'd still have 4 days. So maybe that logic doesn't apply, but somehow not having to work on Monday is a good day. I don't know. It's a mental thing. So that is about all, that's all I've got for the knitting. I do have an acquisition. It's gonna crinkle. So a couple of episodes ago when I was showing the, I haven't even taken this out of the bag yet. I was saving it. So a couple of episodes back, I had shown where I had gotten my yarn from Hypothesis Yarn, who's like my favorite hand dyer. I got the Lyra. I'm gonna say Lyra. That flows better off my tongue. Colorway to do the Coastal Crop Raglan sweater. And do I have it here? I'm gonna move the bag so it's not crinkling. Okay, so that's the Lyra colorway to do the Coastal Crop Raglan. And when I was getting that, she had a colorway there called Cormac. Where's my glasses? Yes, Cormac. And it was beautiful. I was almost tempted to get that for the Coastal Crop Raglan, but I really loved the Lyra colorway. So, and that's just, honestly. So, I did go back. I was going back because she's doing an update and I wanted to get some of her, she's doing my favorite colorway that she has called Wolfish, which I made my hat out of a couple of years ago. I don't know if I, actually, you know what? I might have some left over in my scrap basket. I can't find it. I I know it's in there. I know it is. But anyway, she's doing an update soon, and so that was one of the colorways I think she was going to list, and she's going to do it on her tweed base, which is what this is. So Wolfish is almost like a, God, how do you describe it? It's blue-gray, but it's like a dark blue-gray, and it's just like the perfect blue-gray. And also she's doing it in the tweed. So it's like my favorite color she does and my favorite base. I love tweed bases. I don't know why I don't dye tweed bases. I am seriously going to have to start. Anyway, so when I was on there looking to, just kind of looking to see, because I couldn't remember when she was doing the update. I think it's maybe at the end of the month. So she had one skein of the Cormac left. So this is the Cormac in her tweed base. And oh my God, people, can we just with the band. This is her. She's actually local to me. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, in case I didn't mention that. So this is her, it's Hypothesis, get going right away, yarn. And I'll put a link down below. Her yarns are stunning and just so well done. She's a new kitty too. It's really sweet. If you follow her on Instagram, you'll see it in her stories. Oh my God, it's so sweet. So since there was only one skein left, I nabbed that. And then I thought, hey, you know what would look really good with that is the mohair version. So I am going to make myself, I think, I'm not sure what, a hat, I think, or I may make myself a really nice cozy cowl. But I am going to be casting this on soon because I can't wait to work with it. So that was my one purchase. I am going, oh wait now, sorry. Oh my God, I totally lied. And I do have more. I just realized and I totally forgot to bring it down. I don't know where it is. I will show it to you next time. But I picked up some yarn to do color work in, and I did show it on my Instagram if you want to check it out there. I have two Instagrams. I have Kelly Elboyce, which is kind of more like everyday stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then I have Loch Briar Knits, which is kind of everyday stuff, but also more Loch Briar Knits related stuff as well. So, and I forget which one I put that one on, but probably the Kelly Elboyce one. But I will show it next podcast. Oh, but here's a pattern that I want to knit. It's the Muselberg hat. So this is it. It's by Glasses Again. It is by, oh, I think it's an Isolde Tig pattern. Yeah. So you can put it in any length, and she kind of gives you the gauge to figure out what your size is. But let me just see if I can. My printer says that the color ink is full, and yet every time I do it, it comes out like this. I gotta check. I wonder if I have the gray tones thing checked off. Anyway, this is kind of a different version of that. But it's basically you go from one end, and then you increase, and then you get to the middle, and then you keep on going, and then you decrease at the end, and then you put it up. Like it, so you basically, it's double layered, which I love because when I walk the dog in the morning, right now I'm wearing my Oslo mohair hat by Petite Knits, and it's nice and warm. So you know what, this might be something I can, no, I think I'll do that out of maybe fingering with mohair, and then rather than DK and mohair. Because I think DK and mohair and then doubled might be a little too much. But you can either wear it like with the brim, or if you like the more slouchy, you don't have to fold the brim kind of idea. Options. So that's, I'm like feeling the urge to knit hats lately, and I think it's just because work has been like really stressful. So I'm looking for, I feel like the lighting down here is getting really crappy all of a sudden. Yeah, I think I've just been looking for kind of easy projects. So that being said, the other thing to mention is the knitting a sweater in 2 weeks, Cal, that we were looking at. So here's what I think we'll do. We'll start at February, but rather than run it for 1 month, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it for February and March. And that way, if you can't start like right at February 1 or whatever, and you still want to take part, you can jump in at any time. You do not have to finish the sweater in order to, I'll have a giveaway at the end of it. But you don't have to finish the sweater to be part of the giveaway. At the end, you just have to make the attempt and just to see if it's something that's possible. Like the inspiration for this was from Olive Knits, which is Marie Green, her book, Knit a Sweater in 2 Weeks. And she has plenty of patterns in there and kind of gives you, it should take you this long. It should take you for whatever sweater you choose. You don't have to use one of her patterns. You can use any pattern you want. I knit like one of these in a month, and I'm probably a medium speed knitter, depending. I'm not a slow knitter, but I don't have always a lot of time to knit, depending on what else is going on. So I'm curious to see, can I do it in the 2 weeks? So we'll start this February 1. I will have a Ravelry thing for anybody who's interested, but I'll also do an Instagram hashtag, which I don't know what it will be yet, but I'll think about that while I'm editing this, and I will put it down here. So if you guys want to like use the hashtag when you're thinking about things, what you think you're going to do, what your yarn is going to be, when you're starting, what pattern you're using, like all that good stuff. And you can hashtag it on the Instagram. You can drop it in the Ravelry page for it. And then we'll see what everybody's doing and see how everybody did by the time we get to the end, and see if we can actually hit a sweater in 2 weeks. I don't know if it's doable. I don't know if I can do it, but I really want to try. And if I can't do it, I want to see how close to the 2 weeks I can get. So, so we'll start that February 1st and we'll run it until March, like 31st. And you can jump in at any time. You don't necessarily have to start right at the February 1st, but if you're looking at patterns, you're looking at yarns, you're getting ideas, just Instagram it or put it in the Ravelry page, and then we can all see what everybody is doing. And again, I'll put the hashtag here so I remember. Yeah, so we'll start that February 1st. I think I'm going to do the Pebble Cove sweater by Marie Green. So that's a forget how many days she said for that one. I think she said 10 to 12 days, maybe? I don't know. but we're going to give it a go. So that, I think, is everything. Oh, life news. I had to go get a COVID test. Got my brain tickled with the little thing. Actually, it wasn't that bad. So here's the thing. I was at work. My stomach was bothering me, and I thought it would, full disclosure, I had lentils and chickpeas for lunch the day before, and then I had lentils again for supper. So to me, it just felt like an abundance of gas-producing foods in my stomach. So that was fine. So I went to work, and my stomach was like, I just kind of had like these like sharp pains in it, blah, blah. So I went to work, I did the check run, and I thought I'm just going to go home, work from home for the rest of the day. And then by the time I was leaving, I had the chills. And then by the time I got home, I kind of had like the cold sweats and I had a headache and I was so fatigued. So of course I'm checking the boxes going, oh, symptoms. So I thought, I don't really go anywhere. I'm not in contact with anybody. I'm not like out and about. I hardly leave the house other than to go to work and the occasional quick run to the grocery store. But my husband does most of the grocery shopping. So I thought the chances that I came into contact with anybody that had it is probably really slim. But I didn't want to go back into the office without knowing for sure that I was free and clear. So I booked an appointment that evening and I went in and then they had an answer back in 24 hours and it came back negative. So I was fine. And actually when I woke up the next morning, I felt fine. So I don't know what it was. I have a feeling it was stress related because I had a really stressful day at work. And I've had a really stressful 2 weeks at work. And then not the next day, but the day after, which was yesterday, I had another like really stressful day at work and I started getting the chills and the cold sweats again. So I think it's stress related. For my birthday, I am going to pop over to the Loop. I'm going to double check, make sure they're open on Mondays. I'm pretty sure they are. I hope. I found out that my favorite Starbucks that I spent every morning at for X number of years before work writing my series is closing. They're closing a bunch of Starbucks around here. I don't know what the deal is. And that one is in the mall where all of the like office buildings and stuff like that are. So they get a lot of like traffic there. So, I mean, I get with COVID, it's obviously going to be down. But once the vaccine rolls around, that's going to be hopping again. So, and even when I've been there to go to my chiropractor, which is like kind of right next door to it, it's always been like fairly busy given the fact that a lot of people are working from home. So I don't know why they're closing that one, but I'm just like, now I'm all stressed out about my crew. Like where are they going? Do they have jobs? Are they just going to put them in other shops or, you know, but they're closing a lot of them. So now I'm stressed about that. I'm going to take a chill pill. But I think so I'll pop in and say hi to them while I'm over there. Plus, it's my birthday, so I get a free drink. Anyway, so I'm going to go to the Loop. I'm going to do some knitting and just kind of take it easy and do whatever I want because it's my birthday. So that's the plan. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks' time, and that will bring us up to 25. Oh God, will it be February? Will it be February? I can't look at my calendar. It's on the phone. Anyway, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And until then, I hope you guys get lots of knitting done. you're doing the sweater in 2 weeks attempt. I can't wait to see what your plans are for that. So don't forget to drop it in Ravelry or hashtag on Instagram. And until then, I will see you in 2 weeks, and happy knitting. See ya.